What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Jones in 4K, bringing you guys another Forza Horizon 5 drift build and tune video. Now, before we get started, I do want to apologize for my voice. I am a little sick and under the weather, but I still had to get this video out because I promised to do it, and I don't like failing you guys and holding out on, getting the videos out. So today we're gonna be working on this 1983 Audi Sport Quattro. I was asked to do it by a viewer, and I'm going to get into it. Let's not waste no time. Let's dive into the build, followed by the tune, and then we're going to take it out to the mountain to see if we can 3-star the zone and put up 1,000,000 points. All right, now I'm diving into the build of the car. For the motor swap, I did build this car with the 2JZ, but I wanted to keep it true to what the car is and not ruin it with the 2JZ swap, so we left the stock motor. And then we changed it from all-wheel drive to wheel-wheel drive. For the transmission, we have the 6-speed race transmission. We have the race driveline, and we have the drift differential. For the brakes, we have the race brakes. We have the drift springs and dampers. We have the race front and the race rear anti-roll bars. We have the race roll cage, and we also have a race weight reduction. For aero and appearance, I didn't put anything on. Actually, I did. I put the hood. I used the street hood. For the tires and rims, I went back and forth with the stock wheels. the stock rims, the Horizon semi-slicks, but I ended up just using the drift tire compound. We have the stock 235s up front. We have a 255 in the rear. For the rim size, we went with 16s in the rear, 16s in the front. And then for the rim choice, we are using the Inky TS10s. For the front track width, we have it maxed out as wide as it can go. And then for the rear track width, we have it out 1 space. For the engine components, we have everything for the engine components. Race intake, race fuel system, race ignition, race valves, race camshaft, race exhaust, race displacement, race pistons, race single turbo, race flywheel, race oil and coolant, and race intercooler. Now diving over into the tune. For the tire pressure, we have 25 PSI with 23 PSI in the rear. For the gear ratio, we have a 412 final drive, a 246 first gear, a 180 second gear, a 147 third, a 125 fourth, a 114 fifth, and then a 104 fourth, 6th gear, For the alignment, we're running -5 degrees camber in the front, -1.5 degrees camber in the rear. For the front toe, we have 0.5 degrees toe out in the front with 1.0 degrees toe out in the rear. And then for the front caster angle, we have 7 degrees. For the anti-roll bars, now the roll bars in this car was really funky for me. So I just had to adjust them to where they were usable and it felt good to drive. So we have 20 in the front and then 45 in the back. For the springs, we have 560-pound spring in the front and then a 448-pound spring in the rear. And then the ride height, we have as low as it can go in the front and rear at 5.3 and 5.3. For the dampening, we have 10.7 in the front and then 7.5 in the rear for the rear rebound stiffness. And then for the bump stiffness, we have 5.3 and then 3.7 for the rear bump stiffness. For the aero, there's no adjustable aero on the car. For the brake balance, we have 75%. And then for the brake pressure, we have 55%. Now lastly, for the diff, we have 100% acceleration with 100% deceleration. That was the build. This is the tune. Let's take it out to the mountain to see if we can 3-star the zone while also putting down 1,000,000 points. All right, guys, we done made it to the top of the mountain. Let's not waste no time. Let's take it downhill. Now I'm gonna do a really brief talk about this car, because I really need to preserve most of my voice for work later on today. But I had a complete brain fart. But working on this car and building this car, like it's not really bad. It has a weird like power band. The stock motor has a really weird power band. But I mean, it's doable and it's workable. It took me a lot of tuning. I would say mostly in the power department and like tuning the engine and the gears, because like on the semi slicks, it wasn't having it like at all. I couldn't do it. Like, I'm gonna be honest, big tire, small tire, I couldn't do it. And I didn't want to put out like a half-made build or a crap-made build. I wanted to put out something that, you know, I put some work into. And it was really challenging at first, but once I was able to get it, going, like, you know, things just started flowing. Like this car with this motor, I had to tune out some grip. So I had to tune some grip out, make the tire pressures a little bit closer than normal. But we got it done. I would have liked to get it on semi slicks, but I couldn't do it. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I couldn't do it. And work has had me busy so much. Like, you know, like I've been trying to get these videos out and trying to like spend the time on making cars for, you know, for people and tunes for people. But I just haven't really been able to dedicate as much time as I normally would, especially with the whole crashing of the PC, crashing of Forza, freaking my dang on games getting, my files getting corrupted and stuff like that. But I do, however, my new CPU and motherboard came in. I think it's a i9 12th gen. I think it's an i9 12600 maybe. So it's a huge upgrade from what I have now, because I have an i7 8700, and it's not even overclockable. And then my motherboard's like a B360 maybe. So we have upgraded, and hopefully that fixes all. Like I said, my graphics card, it's a 2070 Super. It's not a bad one. I have an 850 watt gold modular power supply. So everything else is really like new. It's just that motherboard and CPU I kind of held back on. But as you guys can tell, like I'm just flowing down the hill with this car. I'm not really having to force it. The gear rail stays up pretty high in the RPM band, but I mean, it's just this motor. It's definitely a rally motor feel. But I mean, we make it work. We make do what we can. I don't make no excuses. My goal is to get 1,000,000 points downhill, and we always do so. But there it is. That was 1,031,000 actually. I think that's my best run in this car. Excuse me. But guys, I'm gonna save my voice. I do love you guys, and I do apologize, my friend, for the delayed build video you requested a while back, man. You've been a follower of mine for a while. I do apologize. But guys, that is it going to be for me. I do hope that you guys have a great day. Leave a like on the video. Comment down below if you have any suggestions or want to see any other builds. Subscribe to the channel, as it is free and it does help the channel grow. But God bless you guys, and I'll catch you in the next one.